Well, everybody, it must be Saturday morning because you're listening to Geoff Stanislaw on Let's Go Low right here on AM 820, the Big 8 radio in Tampa. We thank you very much for joining us. Again, leading off the show is our friend Mike Hicks from Mike Hicks Golf, Payne Stewart's former caddy, who is handling our guest caddy corner as usual. Thanks again. Thanks, Mike. Hopefully all is well, and welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Geoff. Yep, all good here.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we had seasons winding down. We got one more tournament to go. We just finished up the Rocket, and I think Wyndham is next, if I remember correctly. But
yeah,
Michael,
that's one. Yep.
Michael Thorbornson got it done. 24-year-old prodigy. Took him a long time. I think a lot of experts were thinking this guy was going to come, storm the golf world a few years ago when he had a great finish, but he finally got it done. What are your thoughts on this weekend's tournament?
Well, it's too bad that that they're one and done after the redo. The course definitely it was more difficult, and it was pretty soft. So it would have been fun to have seen that course if it had been, firm and fast with the changes they made. They still shot 18 under, but at least it wasn't in the 20s, right?
But a par 70 though, so 18
yeah, that's
under.
true. Yeah, par 70. So that is pretty low. But like again, they're throwing darts, soft conditions. Course looked really cool though. The changes they made, and be a fun place to go play.
Yeah, we'll have to get up there. I got some friends in Detroit that are members there, Mike, so we can make that happen.
All right, that's cool.
So, I thought the course looked fantastic. This is Geoff Stanislaw, and it's another episode of Let's Go Low right here on AM 820, the Big 8. I really like the layout. You don't see too much where it looked like a traditional course, but had some links accents to it, like the bunkers with the high fescue and some of like fescue in front of some of the tee boxes. I thought it looked really beautiful. And again, I mean, I think you're right. It's sad to see the Rocket go after $15 million. And
yeah, right.
So
yeah, very cool looking layout with the fescue, the hazards right off the fairway, very cool looking design and the changes they made. I mean, I've been there a few times, but obviously before the changes. So, but yeah, it looked very cool. Too bad they're leaving. And, hats off to Michael. I'm glad he won. His caddy, JJ, is a friend of mine. So I was happy for JJ. And, yeah, it was a great tournament. A lot of guys right there till the end. So it looked like a difficult finish to try and catch up. If you were, it wasn't like you had many birdies coming in the last 3 or 4 holes. So
yeah, it was kind of crazy. I mean, it started off a little sporadic as far as like the spread, and then around the turn, there was like 6 guys tied for the lead.
Yeah, I know, right? It was all bunched up. You didn't know who was going to come out on top. So, it was a good tournament. I enjoyed watching it, and now we're going to Wyndham, the last one of the year. I'm actually going to go over there this weekend and hang out for at least go Saturday. I don't know if I'll go Sunday or not, but I'm going to go over and see some guys, see some friends on Saturday. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, nice. This is Geoff Stanislaw. You're listening to Let's Go Low right here on AM 820, the Big 8. We're talking with Mike Hicks from Mike Hicks Golf. Mike is Payne Stewart's former caddy. If you guys want to reach out to Mike, he's doing some special things around the golf world. He is opening up some opportunities to maybe even be on someone's bag. So if you got a special birthday celebration or a special VIP member guest or something like that, and you want to consider Mike to be on your bag, you can check it out, MikeHicksGolf.com. And this episode, as always, is brought to you by Golfers Unite, GolfersUnite.com. If you want to check out some of the great deals that we have the hookups at GolfersUnite.com. Check it out. So Mike, back to the event. So this is the second weekend in a row that a bogey-free Sunday round happened with the 63. He took it by a couple off of Xander Schauffele. What are your thoughts on Xander? I've always been a big fan of Xander, but just this year, he just didn't have it. And, I just kind of want to see what your thoughts are on his game. I think I like the guy. I don't know, much about him personally, but I like the way he golfs.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken him a while to get back from the wrist injury, that he started out last year with. So, he's a very consistent player, ball striker. Putter is always, his bugaboo. He's not a bad putter, but he's not a great putter. So, if the putter gets hot, he's going to contend. So, but just an incredible ball striker. Always has been. And like I said, he's just getting back to form now. I think it's taken him a little over a year to get back to the feels that he had before the injury.
Yeah. So back to Michael. He was ranked 69th in the FedEx Cup. So now he's for sure in the FedEx playoffs. And I got an invite to the Masters with that. And that's really exciting in regards to it. But let's talk a little bit about Davis Riley. I mean, that start by that young man, he goes birdie and then just falls apart, shooting even par for the day. T-ball seemed to go everywhere early on. I mean, he pulled it together and kind of came back towards the end and made it respectable. But, just your opinion, Mike, on what goes through a player like Riley's head, on that Sunday and those wayward T-balls.
I mean, he's won a couple of times, so I mean, he can win. But listen, it's hard to win. Everything's got to go your way. He was a little off yesterday, and then that's really all it takes is just being a little off. Hats off to him though; he hung in there and brought it back, like you said. But it's hard to win. I mean, it's like I said, things got to go your way. And he just got outplayed yesterday. So it's that would have been his third win had he won the tournament. But it's hard to sleep on the lead and then come out and not really have your A. He probably didn't even have B game yesterday. It was probably a C+ game yesterday.
Right.
But he hung in there. He had a good finish. I think he finished third alone or something.
Yeah.
So it was a good week for him. But like I said, it's hard to win.
It is every day. I mean, every weekend, mostly it's like, okay. And you even look at the Scotty Scheffler, right? He had a dominating season, but he hasn't won. I mean, if there's anything that just backs your statement is look at Scotty Scheffler, right? He was in cycle, peak of his game, just couldn't do anything wrong, won a bunch of tournaments, won a bunch of events. But, this year he's proven that your statement, winning in golf is hard. So,
well, I mean, look at last week. I mean, 2 weeks ago now in Minneapolis, I mean, he shoots 22 under, and loses. So, I mean, you shoot 22 under for 72 holes and you think you got a pretty good shot at winning. But he lost by, I don't know, what did Koiven win by, 3 or 4 shots, something like that?
Yeah, I think it was 3 if I remember.
3 shots, yeah. So, it's you can, you just never know if somebody's going to outplay you. You like I said, you shoot 22 under and finish second. It's hard out there, man. They all can play. They're all good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this one's bittersweet for me, Mike. The Rocket, I'm originally from Detroit. I lived there most of my life. Been in Tampa here for, about 15 years. So, and, it was just sad to see it go. They made a great commitment to the PGA, especially after the Tiger Woods era with the Buick at Warwick Hills and what have you. So it's sad to see it go. And one interesting trivia fact that They had for 8 years, they did this 313 jackpot, which was supposed to be $313,000 to a player's charity if they go 313 on 11, 12, and 13. It was never triggered. So
Yeah.
nobody ever did it in 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, what are the odds of that though, right? I mean, they were pretty safe with that,
Yeah, with an ace. I mean,
pretty safe with that one.
yeah, I mean, I could see like they should have loosened the constraints a little bit on that.
Yeah, right.
So Thor was another interesting fact. Thor, he won the drive, chip, and putt championship at Augusta in 2016. So I have a trivia question. He's only the second player to be able to play Augusta that won the drive, chip, and putt champion. Take a guess at who the other player might be.
Tony Finau.
No, Akshay.
Akshay. Okay.
Yeah, he's the only other one player to do it. So this is Geoff Stanislaw. You're listening to another great episode of Let's Go Low right here on AM 820 Tampa Bay. Also streaming around the world on that internet thing. We're talking with Mike Hicks. Mike is Payne Stewart's former caddy, and he spends his time here with us, talking golf every weekend. Give him some love. Go check out his website, MikeHicksGolf.com. He's available for commentary, speaking events, product reviews, only if it's a good product, right, Mike?
That's it.
and much more. MikeHicksGolf.com. And also while you're out, check out GolfersUnite.com for all the great hookups that we got at GolfersUnite.com. Become a member and get even better hookups. So taking a quick pivot, Mike, we got a few minutes left. Let's talk about the Wyndham at Greensboro. You said you're going there. So you're going to go with some friends and check out a few things. Maybe tell us a little bit about the course a little bit, what you remember of it. What are some of your memories?
It's another par 70, with the Donald Ross design. It's for today's standards, pretty short. The Bermuda rough will be high, but they go 20 under or better, depending on, if it gets, might not go that low if it's windy, but it's never windy in August in Greensboro, North Carolina. So,
seems like after the opens and stuff like that, it goes to football season, right? Where you're starting to see 21 under.
yeah. It's, it'll be another putting contest week. So, but an exciting week, guys trying to get in the playoffs, and they've got a really good field next week, I think. Guys jockeying for position, for the, they've made it really hard. The guys have to play now to get in, to guarantee the first one, the second one. If you get in that second one, then obviously you got a shot at making the final. So,
right.
They'll have a good field there. It'll be an exciting week. But again, it'll just be a putting contest.
Yep. And I think Jackson Covian is going to be there. So I kind of see a lot of fan bases are excited to see if he puts two together and see if he hangs, or if it was a, kind of a, that golf game bites them. So it should be a great event. And that's the Wyndham at Sedgefield. And that's going on right now. So we're moving day Saturday when you're listening to this. We got Keegan Bradley is going to be there again, Andrew Putnam. So we got a lot of people on the bubble here to make the tournament. And, so regular season finale. So we get 70 go to Memphis. 50 go to the BMW after that, and then the top 30 to Eastlake. So if you're kind of planning your time around golf coming up, that's the way the layout is. After this weekend, top 70 go to Memphis, top 50 after that go to the BMW, and the top 30 head to Eastlake, and the top 100 in the FedEx keep their cards. So
yeah,
that's kind of important. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, that's another tournament in itself. Guys that are right there on that bubble, say from 110 to 100. You got to make the cut, right? You make the cut, you're still alive. If you miss the cut, then it's then you're leaving town with a real sour taste in your mouth. Knowing that you don't have a job next year. And I don't know what they're doing with the fall series, how that all works anymore. If they can still work their way in to the top 100 with the fall series, I don't know how it all works. They change it so many times.
Yeah,
maybe
we'll do an episode on that, like what happens to off season and some of these fall series events. And then we got some stuff. We'll do that next time. You've just listened to another great episode of Let's Go Low right here on AM 820 Tampa and the internet world. We appreciate all the love and support. This episode is brought to you by Golfers Unite, golfersunite.com. Stay tuned for some more great episodes of Let's Go Low.